I'm going to be ranking the best Galaxy Opal cards right now in NBA 2K23 My Team. We have a tier list here ranking from S that does go all the way down to D tier, and we have about 35 of the best Galaxy Opal cards currently in my team. So let me know in the comment section down below, who do you guys think are the best Galaxy Opals right now in the game? And of course, let me know what you guys would change about my tier list. But looking at the first Opal here is going to be DeMarcus Cousins. I kind of want to throw him B tier. I think maybe later in the tier list he does get moved down. I'd say he gets moved down a little bit, maybe down to C tier, because there's just so many good Galaxy Opal cards. But for now, I think you got to go Boogie in B tier. He's a 6'10" power forward with a 7'5" wingspan. He's got a great player model, great wingspan. So his defensive stats really aren't the greatest, but that wingspan and player model really does make up for it. And he also has like some pretty good Hall of Fame defensive badges like Anchor, Brick Wall, Interceptor, Pogo Stick, Post Lockdown, Rebound Chaser. But the main thing about Boogie is the fact that he can stretch the floor at a very high level with a solid jump shot. And then he does have some pretty good dribble sigs, 95 3 ball, and some good Hall of Fame shooting badges. So for me, I think DeMarcus Cousins gonna start us off here in B tier. I think AK is probably S. I think he's one of the best Opal cards in the game. Probably a top 5 Opal card. That's going to be my S tier category. He's great on the defensive end and does have a very good jump shot. I mean, we all know AK is one of the better small forwards in my team. Antoine Jameson, I think, is actually A tier. I think he's a very underrated Opal card currently in the game. I mean, the man is just super well rounded at the shooting guard spot, 6'8" with a 7'4" wingspan, amazing all around stats and badges. He's got an elite level jump shot with the Kyle Korver base and the Carmelo Anthony up around very quick timing. He's got good dunk packages, the Chris Paul escape. The only flaw about the card is the fact that he does have the pro size up, and if he had like the Garland and the Steve Francis or the Lowry, it would make him a lot better on the offensive end. But still, I think Antoine Jameson is probably going to be an A tier. Scotty Barnes, for me personally, is going in B. I mean, a very solid point guard. He's still 6'8", plays very good defense, amazing at driving to the basket. There's just so many other great point guards currently in the game that I do think Scotty Barnes is going to go in B tier. Tony Kukoc, I think, is also B tier, probably high B. It really does depend if you can green his jump shot, because if you can green with this card, I think he's maybe even A tier because he's 6'10" at the 3 with a 7'2" wingspan. I will say, and I said this in my gameplay yesterday, everything about this card is elite. He's got elite dribble sigs, he's got a great fade, amazing dunk packages, he's got really good all-around stats and badges. The one big flaw with the card is his jump shot. At least in my eyes, it's a little bit baited and a little bit slow. The more that I've been using Kukoc, I found his releases a little bit better than I thought, but I still think he's probably going to be in B tier. And if you do love his jump shot and think it's amazing, then I think he possibly could go in A tier. Ben Simmons on the same tier. Scotty Barnes, a very elite point guard still to this day. 6'11" at the point guard position, 7' wingspan, has a great player model, and just has great size for the point guard position. Plays really good defense, rebounds the ball, and at a very high level, and drives to the basket as well. With the best of them, I just think, you know, his his lack of 3-point shooting and his jump shot is probably the biggest reason why he's still going to be in B tier and not A or S tier category. I think Jalen Williams is probably D or C. I mean, he's a solid Opal card. I'm just not sure if he's on that B tier level at the shooting guard position. So I'm gonna go Jalen Williams in C tier. Big Z, he might be S. I'm gonna go A tier for now. I do like him more than Antoine Jameson at the small forward and shooting guard position. I mean, he's 7'3" at small forward and shooting guard, 7'6" wingspan, and he's just one of the more broken and OP cards currently in the game, especially at the Galaxy Opal tier. So I'm gonna keep him in A for now, but he probably does get moved up to S tier later in the video. Billy Knight, I would say, is A. I do like the card at is he A tier? He might be B. You know what? I think Billy Knight might be in the B tier category. I would say he's very high B because he's a super complete card. He's got a great jump shot, good dribble sigs, all around great stats and badges. So I'm gonna keep Billy Knight in B tier for now, but he probably does get moved up to A tier later in the video. Vince Carter, I think, is also... Here's what I'll do. I think I'm going to go Vince Carter in C. I think I'm going to go Jalen Williams in D tier. And then I think I'm also going to drop DeMarcus Cousins down to C tier. Not saying DeMarcus or Vince Carter are bad cards because they're still super elite at their positions. And I do like Vince Carter a lot. I think he's got a great jump shot, good dribble sigs, and he's amazing at going to the basket. I love the Vince Carter card. I used him for a while, but I just think there are better shooting guards that we'll talk about here in a second. So I just want to spread out the tier list a little bit more. And I'm going to go Jalen Williams in that D tier category alongside Drazen Petrovic Petrovic and Karl Anthony Towns. I just don't think these Opal cards are really on par with the other Opals on this tier list. I mean, DeMarcus Cousins, I think, is a lot better at power forward than Cat. I think, you know, a card like Vince Carter is a lot better than a Jalen Williams and a Drazen Petrovic. And then same thing with Billy Knight and Antoine Jameson. I mean, not terrible cards. They're still decent Opals, but just compared to the other Galaxy Opals on this list, I think they're going to be a D tier. Eddie Jones, for me personally, is C. I still think he's an all-around decent shooting guard on that Vince Carter type of level, a little bit lower than a Billy Knight, at least in my opinion. Pete Maravich, kind of the same thing. I think he's right below a Scotty Barnes, right below a Ben Simmons. Yes, I know he's great on the offensive end, and I think he's a very fun card to use and super elite on the offensive end. He's 6'5" with a 6'8" wingspan. He's got amazing all-around stats and badges for the offensive end. He's got a good jump shot, elite dribble sigs. He's got the tray fade. He's got quick drops off one. I mean, the card all around on the offensive side of things is a great Galaxy Opal. It's just he's 6'5", you know, not the greatest defensive stats and badges, like solid, but nothing too crazy. And his player model is also pretty small in game, so he kind of gets pushed around by the bigger point guards and just guards in the game. So for now, I think I'm gonna go Pete Maravich in that C tier category, alongside you know, DeMarcus Cousins in C tier. I think is going to be Mobley. Not a bad power forward. I mean, he plays really good defense. He's got great size for the power forward spot. It's just his jump shot is super baited and super slow. So I'm looking for a Mobley to maybe pop off in game number, I think it's 5, right? I think the Cavs are down 3-1. So if the Cavs do go crazy, maybe make a little bit of a comeback, and Mobley, you know, does have a crazy good performance and he gets upgraded to a dark matter, he could be a really good card with a new jump shot. Just has a super slow release right now. Danny Ferry, I'm gonna say easy A tier. I like him a little bit more than, you know, Kukoc. Actually, yeah, I think I like him a little bit more than Kukoc. It's very similar cards in the small forward position, that they're great on the offensive end. I just do like Danny Ferry's jump shot a tad bit more. I think it's just a little bit more consistent of a jump shot. KG is probably solid B tier. I know everyone loves that Dark Matter KG, and so do I. Like, he's a great card. You know, obviously one of the best small forwards in the game, if not the best small forward. But this Opal KG is still not a bad card. Like, he's very usable in game, and I would take him over to DeMarcus Cousins and Mobley any day of the week at the power forward position. Opal Yao Ming, gotta go S tier. Still the best Galaxy Opal card in the game, and I really don't think it's close. I mean, he's 7'6" at the 5. We all know what we all know what Yao Ming can do. 7'9" wingspan, one of the more glitchy OP cards at that 5 position, just unstoppable, and probably will be the best center till we get a new Taco or Yao Ming card. Giannis, I would say, is probably C. A nice little small forward, power forward. He can play defense, rebound the ball. I'm just not the biggest fan of his jump shot, and I like cards like Kukoc, you know, a little bit more at the small forward position. I like KG a little bit more at power forward. So a very solid Galaxy Opal card in Giannis, but I do think he's going to be in C tier. Hedo Turkoglu, easy A tier in my opinion. I think he possibly could even be S tier. I think he's a top 5 point guard in the game. He's 6'10" at the point guard spot and does have an elite level jump shot. Yeah, 6'10", 6'11" wingspan, amazing all around stats and badges. But this John Stockton base and the Trae Young upper, for whatever reason, is just super knockdown and very quick as well. So for me personally, I think Hedo Turkoglu gonna be in that A tier category, possibly even S tier. Looking at the next Opal is gonna be Iggy. I would say he's a little bit better than Pete Maravich, so I do think he's probably either high C tier or low B. I'm gonna go low B tier for now. I think he's got great defense, really good. He's a really good rim runner. It's just his jump shot is a little bit questionable. Jonathan Isaac, because of his defense, I still think deserves to be in B tier. I mean, he's one of the best on-ball defenders in the game, being 6'11" at the 3, great defensive stats and badges, and he does have a really good wingspan and just a lanky player building game. So I think Isaac could use a little bit better of a jump shot and better dribble sigs, but still, I think for a Galaxy Opal is going to be in B tier. Kyle Kuzma, easy A tier Opal card, possibly even could be S. I mean, he's just so nice at that small forward position. He's got a great jump shot, super quick, and I find easy to green. He's got great dribble sigs with the Kyle Lowry size up and the Trae Young escape, and very nice comboed up together. And then he's also got great stats and badges, especially on his hero version. Magic Johnson, for me, I think is probably low B tier. I do like him a little bit more than Pete Maravich, but I do think he's not that much better, or he might not even be better than Iguodala. I think he's kind of on that Iguodala type of level. Mike Bantam, right next to Billy Knight. I think they're both still great Galaxy Opal cards and very well rounded. They both have super easy jump shots to green that are very quick and also just super easy to time, and then have great stats and badges. And then if you do pair them together, they become that dynamic duo Dark Matter and do get a lot better badges on Hall of Fame. Paulo Banchero, I think he's got to go D tier. Not saying he's a bad Opal card by any means, I just think he's going to be kind of one of the weaker opals on this tier list. And if you like using Paulo, he's definitely still not a bad option at that small forward position. Purvis Ellison on the same tier as Danny Ferry, both elite level small forwards. Purvis a great defender. He's a Seth Curry base and Seth Curry base and the Klay Thompson upper for Purvis Ellison. And then he's got that Curry escape, and he does have the Garland size up with the tray fade, and he does have some very good defensive stats and badges. So all around, I think Purvis Ellison is an A tier opal card. Scottie Pippen, I would say, is probably B tier, on the same level as like a Jonathan Isaac. He still plays really good defense, has a capable jump shot, and I think he deserves to be in B tier. Jordan Poole, I'm sorry, he's just going D tier. I just don't like the card's release, and he's only 6'4" at the point guard spot. If you like using Jordan Poole because you're a big Jordan Poole fan or you like the Warriors, I think he's a fun card to use, and definitely go have fun with the card if you guys want to. Just if we're talking about the best Galaxy opals in the game, I think he's probably got to go in D tier. Glenn Rice, I would say, is probably still B. I like him more than Vince Carter. I like him more than Eddie Jones. He's maybe not as crazy good as I once thought he was when he first released, but I still think you probably got to go B tier. Rudy Fernandez, I think you got to go B tier as well. I think he's a little bit worse than like a Iguodala and Magic Johnson. You can maybe even go, yeah, I'm gonna go high C tier for Rudy Fernandez. A really good Galaxy opal card. I just think those point guards are slightly better. Sabonis, I'm gonna go A tier for Sabonis because there's really no good Galaxy opal centers in the game besides Yao, and Sabonis is a giant. He's 7'3", 7'6" wingspan, and does have a very solid jump shot once you get used to it. He might be a little bit slow, but he's just a giant with a decent release. Ricky Davis also going to be an A tier. Really good offensive shooting guard with the Seth Curry base and the Oscar Robertson upper. Very quick timing release as well. Good jump shot, great dribble sigs, and a very solid defender. I think Sengun is the same tier as Scottie Barnes, both elite level point guards. Just think they could use a little bit better of jump shots to kind of push them into the A tier category. And then finally, Sean Livingston, I think, is going to be an A tier. So now, guys, we got to move a lot of cards actually from the A tier category into S. For me, number one obvious is going to be Big Z, and then I think Hito as well. So now for the last spot, I kind of want to go with Kyle Kuzma because I like him at small forward over Purvis Ellison and Danny Ferry. I think you could go Ricky Davis. Sean Livingston still super elite, but I'm actually go Kyle Kuzma. I think he's very underrated at that small forward position. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my Galaxy opal card tier list? I'm also kind of debating putting Kukoc up into A tier. I think I'm gonna throw Kukoc low A just because he's so elite to everything else. He just needs a better jump shot, and once you get used to it, I think it's not that bad of a release. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.